We're going to continue today in this second part on Romans 5:8, looking and kind of unwrapping a little bit even more the immensity, the greatness, the beauty of God's love for us. We're going to take a look at it even from a new perspective. So let's read it again. Romans 5 verse 8, and it says, "But God showed his great love for us by sending Christ to die for us while we were still sinners." To die for us while we were still sinners. Now, the reason this verse is incredibly important, incredibly beautiful, is you and I, there's a lot of people, I wouldn't say a lot, it's actually probably a really short list that you'd be willing to give your life for. People that in a moment's time in just a heart be like, okay, I would be willing to sacrifice and lay my life down for them. But my guess is this, is that those are usually people that we love, we care about, or that we highly esteem, people we see as like good and beneficial to our life. But imagine being called upon to lay your life down for someone who is evil, someone who is ungodly, someone who is a direct enemy to you. And God is saying that his love for you and me is so incredibly great that that is what he did. He didn't just come to earth and he didn't just like, okay, you know what, there's some people here, they finally have gotten their life together, they finally have gotten it right, they're starting to live the right way. You know what, I'm going to come, I'm going to die so that I can save this select group of people who's got it all together and they're living really, really good. No. It says that Christ came to die for us while we were still stuck in sin, while we were still enemies of God. God loved you while you were at your total, complete worst. And he drew you to himself because he loved you so great. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever would believe in him would not perish but have everlasting life." This is the reason that God was sent. You know, we looked the last time that God's putting this show and tell. He's demonstrating to you and to me the immensity of his love. And he's doing it not just by sending Christ, but by sending Christ for the worst of the worst. For anyone, ever, all time, who would call on his name. Every single one of us, while we were still enemies, while we were still broken, and while we were still sinners, it was in that moment that Christ was willing to die for us. Not when we got our act together and not when we got cleaned up, but Christ was willing to die for us even while we're at our worst. That should give you and that should give me reason to stop and just pause and go, God, thank you for loving me when I could give nothing back. Thank you for loving me whenever literally I was so broken beyond repair. Thank you for loving me when I was even still in that moment your enemy and sending Jesus for me. That should give us reason to worship. So today, as you're just going about your daily business and doing all the things that you normally do, stop and give God thanks for the way in which he showed you how much he loves you. Take care.